Hello everybody, Bogdan here and welcome to week 35 newsreel. I hope that you're all fine and let's not lose precious time with the introductions here. I think that you all know what to do with the like and the subscribe buttons. And let's jump straight to the quiz question of the week. So, who was the largest exporter of sunflower seeds in the world in 2020 in terms of value? And the options here are China, Bulgaria, or Romania. And the correct answer is Romania with more than $698 million worth of exports. And frankly, I must confess that I didn't expect it to see Romania performing so well at this chapter. But anyways, good for Romania and good for the Romanian exporters in this case. And with this being said, I think we can move on to the Freightos index, which for this week is at $10,519. We have some big volatility, and the big movers are the North America East Coast to China index, who had a 10% increase. And on the other hand, we had 18% decrease for the index connecting North America East Coast to North Europe. For the Trans-Pacific indexes, we have China to North America West Coast at $19,040. And the other index connecting China to North America East Coast is at $20,615. Moving on to the other part of the world, for the cross-west lanes, we have China to North Europe index at $13,869. And the other one connecting China to the Mediterranean is at $13,013. And guys, sorry to say it, sorry for being the one to say it, but I took a look at some forecasts for 2022 and it seems that almost everybody more or less understood and predicts that 2022 will be a rocky year as well. So don't put your hopes too high for 2022. Anyways, coming back to the news, I have new developments in relation with the negotiations between Hyundai Merchant Marine Management and its union. And it seems that they finally reach an agreement after much negotiations and threats. The salaries will be raised with almost 8% and bonuses of up to 650% of monthly salaries will be paid. It's not the 25% increase the union requested initially, and frankly, considering the inflation, the rise is more or less insignificant if you ask me. And as the chairman of HMM's Seafarers Union said it, this increase should be viewed as a salary normalization rather than a real raise. But then again, they've all agreed to move forward with this increase. Anyways, the idea is that I think that this is a really good thing for HMM operations and its clients. And let's see and wait if indeed this episode is over or not. My guess is that this is not the end of the entire story yet. Now, moving on to my next news, I have one related to Turkey's good export performance for this year, as it seems that the exports climbed 52% to almost $19 billion in August, surpassing the pre-pandemic performance, according to Mehmet Mush, who's Turkey's trade minister. Among the top performing sectors driving Turkey's exports, we have the traditional, if you want, automotive sector with $2.4 billion worth of exports. The steel industry as well performed pretty well in August with $1.4 billion. And on the third place, we have the chemical sector with $2 billion. As for Turkey's destination of exports, the three biggest one are Germany with $1.6 billion, the United States with $1.3 billion, and on the third place we have the United Kingdom with more than $1.2 billion. So basically, great performance for the Turkish companies, and I don't remember if I've said it or not in one of my previous videos, but at the moment Turkey is one of the most competitive countries to relocate, or I don't know, nearshore your activities if you're a Western European multinational. And frankly, I do expect to see more and more companies from Europe at least nearshoring and sourcing more from Turkey in the years to come. Anyways, let's move on to my next news, which concerns Hapag-Lloyd and their acquisition of roughly 75,000 TEU dry boxes. And the boxes will be manufactured, guess what, where else, in China, and they will be delivered within the fourth quarter of this year. And frankly, I don't know if the guys from containernews.com made a typo or not, but manufacturing this huge number of boxes in this short amount of time, for me at least, seems incredible. Or if I'm reasonable about this and use my little brain cells, if you want, for a little bit, I think that the deal was signed well in advance and now it's just popping up in the media. And frankly, I'm inclined to believe that this is the case with this news. Anyways, it's interesting to see how the carriers are investing in securing boxes in an attempt to ease the still challenging availability of empty boxes. And it's also interesting to see that Hapag-Lloyd is expanding not only its pool of containers but also its fleet, as we can see on the Alpha Liner list, top 100. And as we can see here, their order book is also impressive, if you ask me, as they are waiting for 22 new vessels to be delivered, having a combined capacity of more than 400,000 TEUs. And while others are on the shopping spree of second-hand container vessels, and we have the famous Mediterranean shipping company shopping spree in the last couple of months, there are others. This time this is not a traditional container shipping company, it's a bulk carrier company. It's we're talking about Starbulk from Greece, who wants to convert their some of their Cape vessels into container vessels in order to grab a hand at this fruitful business. And according to the industry specialists, this marks a historic first after receiving approval from the regulatory bodies in order to make this conversion. Now, don't expect that this will add huge capacity into the network. The converted bulk carrier will carry a total of about 1,400 TEUs, mostly empties in its maiden voyage, that will be repositioned from Europe to China, where empty containers, as you know, are desperately needed. And from my point of view, this is good news, as more capacity means easing the freight pressure. Even though I've said it earlier, these converted vessels won't be added to the liner capacity, but rather used by large multinationals, either freight forwarders or major importers from Europe and I think also the United States. Unfortunately, we don't have any details about the final deployment or the customer, but for sure, if you ask me, this is a strong signal given to the liners that they should really reconsider their approach when dealing with these customers. And especially considering that Starbulk is not the only company considering this potential lucrative business of converting bulk carriers into container carriers. Anyways, at least that's my opinion. And I think that until these big guys, these big importers are not aligned and somehow fight back, if you want, in order to ease the freight pressure, I'm afraid that we won't see any new developments in relation with the current skyrocketing freight rates. Sorry to say it, but at the moment, their focus is to keep the freight rates high in order to drive out of business the small and medium competitors. Again, it's a personal opinion, but what I've said earlier, it should at least make you wonder if this is making sense or not. Anyways, with this being said, guys, this was the newsreel for week 35. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment in the section down below. And of course, I really appreciate if you hit the like and the subscribe button. And as usual, until next time, keep your business safe. Thanks.